What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. So, the inevitable has happened as to what will happen to all of us, inevitably death. But it happened at age 88 for one Carolyn Bryant. Of course, we know her history. We know what she accused young Emmett Till of. And whether or not he did that or not. Because I see people sometimes trying to somehow justify what happened to him. That they'll say something like, well, what happened to him was a shame, but he should have known better. Which is basically saying, like, look, yeah, it's a shame that that kid was mauled to death and eaten by alligators. But he should have known better than to move to Florida. That's almost what they're saying. That's what I'm hearing. The two things don't go together. You don't blame the kid. And yes, he was a child. Let's stop trying to make young Emmett Till into a man. That's what they did. That's the trick they do. He was 14 years old. He should have never have had what happened to him that night. And yes, as in almost all these situations, there were people that looked like Emmett Till that betrayed him that night. Absolutely. But this person played a role in what happened to him. And for over 60 years, there's been no justice for Emmett Till. The two men who completely eviscerated his corpse, because he had long since been dead. When they threw him in that water. I think it was the river, wasn't it? Weighed down by a 70-pound cotton gin fan around his neck. Eye gouged out. Horrible injuries. Catastrophic injuries. They pummeled this boy. Pummeled him. Two grown-ass men pummeled him. And they got off. They got off because of the system that was in place. And they admitted that they did do it in interviews long after the trial had ended. They admitted it. And nothing happened to them. And she got to live another 68 years. Another 68 years. Nothing ever happened to her. But I found it interesting that there are other people who have made sure that those who have perpetrated against their ancestors, those who have committed atrocities, no matter what their age are, even if they're 96, 100, hey, get your ass up out of this nursing home. You going to trial for what you did 80 years ago. I don't want to hear you're just following orders. You know what you did. You know what you did back in the Great War. The war to end all wars. When the man with the pencil, with the paintbrush mustache was giving you orders. You know what I'm talking about. I'm not saying any direct words, but you know what I'm trying to get at. Those men face justice, no matter how old they were. But here, oh, we'll let the Lord sort it out. We'll let fate set it out. He never got any justice. His mother passed away in 2003, 81 years old, never seeing justice for her son. Nothing. Nothing. It makes me think of other situations that have happened recently. I don't have to say names. A young man going to the store, getting tea and Skittles. He will never seek justice. He will never see justice. Another situation, 12-year-old boy playing with a toy gun. Police officer arrives, blows him away within 2 seconds, as if he was, I don't know. I've seen police officers show more restraint toward actual terrorists who have hostages than they did that little boy. I don't think that family has seen justice. Matter of fact, I believe the cop that did that has another job somewhere. We had a man literally being choked to death in an illegal chokehold on camera. All because he was selling loose cigarettes. I'm not saying all these people were saints, but did any of them deserve that? That's the question that they can never answer. They deflect and say, well, oh, they weren't this and they weren't that. Who cares? In the atrocities that have occurred in the past, not every one of them was saints, but they didn't deserve that. 6 million of them did not deserve that. No matter if they were saints or not. You didn't question the people who were the victims. Only in this country are the people who are obvious victims become the ones who are slandered. So no, I feel nothing when I saw this. And you know how sentimental I can be when people are old, I get real sentimental, flaws or not, because I grew up watching some of these people entertain us. This person right here, I feel nothing. Nothing. But I can't even say I feel joy. I can't say that. Because they got to live a long life. Well, Emmett Till was shut down before he could even get started. His mother lived a tormented life, an anguished life.